Alright, let's take a look at what we have. So far we have a door here where we walk into it, it changes colors. We have a health pickup that goes up to 100. Let's take a look at starting to make this more game-like by building a main menu. So in my contents folder by default I have a third-person blueprints folder here. There's this folder called maps which has the third-person example map, which is essentially the one that we've been playing in. I'm going to right click in here, I'm going to create a new level. I'm just going to call it main menu. Now I'm going to double click this and I'm going to go ahead and hit save selected, and you can see what it does is it gives me a blank level here. What I'd like to do also is go to the content folder and go into my UI folder, and inside of here I'm going to right click, I'm going to make a new folder and I'm going to call it main menu. And then inside of here I'm going to create another user interface widget blueprint, and I'll call this UI underscore main menu. And let's go ahead and fire this up. Now what I'd like to do is go ahead and create a horizontal bar, but I'm going to show you a trick to this. Up here in the comments folder, I'm just going to drag out two buttons. And what I can do is with this selected, I can right click on it and I can go wrap with, and I can do, not horizontal rather, but a vertical box. And you could see it placed it inside of a vertical box, and then this one here. Next thing I'm going to do is just grab two text boxes and just drop them on top of each button. Zoom in a little bit so you could see that. Now on each button I'd like to select, actually let's do on our vertical box, let's turn on size the content so it wraps it around it. For this one we'll name it start game. And I'm going to be kind of generic in my color scheme. And let's make it, I don't know, we just want it to kind of stand out. We'll just do black. Alright, for this second text box here, I'm going to name this one quick game. Let's make this one black as well. Alright, let's select our vertical box, select our anchor, put it to middle, and then we want to position this at the center of our screen. You can see that our alignment point here is off, and the reason for that is because we're not dead center. See how this is the dead center and ours is down here? In order to get our vertical box to dead center, our alignment has to be at 0.5 and 0.5. So what the thing behind this is, let's make sure our vertical box, again, I unchecked today's content. We're going halfway on the X and halfway on the Y for the placement. That's the reason why we do 0.5, 0.5. Alright, so something else is, let's select both of our buttons here, and let's look at style for a second. Oh, actually, let's look at getting a little bit of spacing between these guys. So these you can affect the individual padding here, or if I type in a value here of 10, you can see it made it for both. Remember, we can always adjust by selecting our vertical box, we can always move it around and adjust the overall size here, but we have a locked value here, so we'll get into that in a second on how to adjust this for the overall. Alright, let's create a background image for our game. So here's the image. I'm just going to drop it down here onto our canvas panel, and you can see it's here. What we want to do is expand anchors, and if you click this one here, it'll fill the whole background. So something like this, anchors, and let's actually kind of center this. Now the reason it didn't update right away when I was in here is if we expand our anchors here, you could see there's this offset left and right. This is good because it's actually starting off. So if I move this down here, you can see my offset is off. So if I do 0, 0, 0, 0, it'll fill this entire scene here. Now notice that it is it is encompassing it's kind of covering up our buttons. So a couple ways to do this is just move it above here, above our vertical box. Another way of doing it is grabbing your image. Let's say let me undo that. it's here and it's covering everything. Notice there's this thing called Z order, and as you adjust the values, it moves before, in front of, or behind something by entering in this value. So imagine the Z order is there's a the Z axis is pointing directly towards us, so we can adjust where it is in relation to the other panel or object in our scene, which is these guys. Now the image itself, as it's selected, you can see there's other options. It says draw as image, border, box. We want to keep it as an image. And let's see what other options in here that are pretty cool. Well, I guess we should just drop an image in. So let's see, I don't know. Oops. Let's see if we got any flat images that we could just kind of throw in there. Here's that wood texture. It doesn't look that great, but I mean, maybe in another tutorial we can just sketch something out. But here, I'll go with this wood background. I think for now that's pretty good. Maybe I'm trying to think for a second what we can do for I guess in the next video we'll take a look at actually scripting this in the level blueprint.